Bethany Church and Bethany College have been bound together through unique circumstances since Dr. Swensson was both pastor of our church from 1879 to 1904, as well as founder and president of Bethany College for some 20 years. You, Dr. Deere, for many years have been closely connected with both church and college through active participation in each. We feel that it is a privilege to have this interview, and we are certain you can give us some interesting sidelights to Dr. Swensson and his devotion to the Lindsborg community.
The cultural pattern for the community life in Lindsborg and the surrounding area in the Smoky Valley was designed and developed during pioneer days by two young men. The first was the Reverend Dr. Olof Olsson from Sweden, age 27, and he was followed by the Reverend Dr. Carl Aaron Swensson from Illinois, age 22. Both men displayed their Swedish cultural background, and this in turn left a deep impression on the life pattern among the pioneers. In a sense, Dr. Olsson supplied the seed and the young plants for the founding of the community, which Dr. Swensson, under his wide vision, dauntless courage, dynamic energy, and supreme faith in the future, developed into our splendid community with Bethany College as the center of the cultural influence. The founding of the school developed into Bethany College was consummated under the private initiation of Dr. Swensson. However, from the very beginning, the undertaking was confronted with difficulties, opposition, lack of funds, no buildings, small or no constituency. The struggle became exceedingly severe, and only a man like Dr. Swensson, with his supreme optimism, his magnetic personality, sincerity of purpose, and faith in the future, could have made the sacrifice necessary for final victory. When days looked their darkest, Dr. Swensson would always say, "Imorgon blir det bättre." Tomorrow it'll be better. His optimism sometimes did deliver him into the hands of unscrupulous promoters.
I believe, Dr. Deere, that most historians, when writing about Bethany's early days, state that no students enrolled on the first day. What do you say about this?
The late Dr. O. W. Hubbard of Batavia, Illinois, told me and others during the synodical meeting in Lindsborg that he and 9 other persons enrolled in Bethany Academy and paid the fee of $5 tuition on October the 15th, 1881. This was the first day of school. The account books at the college substantiate his contention. From the very beginning, Swensson was able to secure high-class teachers, including many from Sweden. He had a wonderful ability for speaking and writing in superlatives, and due to the glowing terms in which he described Lindsborg and Bethany College, he attracted many fine citizens and excellent teachers, many of them, as stated, from Sweden. The author of this article was a student under many of these teachers, and later served as their colleague. An atmosphere of university culture was manifested among the staff and in the halls of learning. Dr. Swensson was an excellent teacher and a dynamic speaker. My work under him as a student and in other areas was stimulating and cultural. He was democratic in his association with people. He greeted and spoke to everybody, young or old, rich or poor, and regardless of station in life. He was a quick thinker and always ready with the right answer or criticism, humorous or serious. As students and faculty, we held him in the very highest esteem. However, due to his many interests and super busy life, as pastor of his church, college president, politician, rock-red Republican, of course, traveler, speaker at many meetings and on a vast variety of subjects, he often had to make snap decisions that frequently had a dictatorial color. There were times, however, when a minor rebellion did arise, yet a solution was always amicably arrived at.
Well, Dr. Deere, how did you come in contact with Dr. Swensson? Were your folks pioneers in the valley?
During his student days at Augustana College, Dr. Swensson made the acquaintance with my father, who was an employee of the John Deere Plow Company in Moline, Illinois. After my father moved his family to the Blue Valley Swedish settlement in 1878, Swensson made frequent visits to the settlement in the Blue Valley and surrounding area. Among the homes he visited, he included the Deere home and insisted that the boy, EOD, must prepare himself for attending Bethany College. And in like manner, he enlisted students for Bethany from among the various settlements. At a certain meeting, I remember that someone in the audience asked Dr. Swensson the question, "At what age should one attend your school?" He answered that the whole life is a learning process. None is too young and none too old. Yes, we will accept them anywhere between the cradle and the grave. Naturally, I enrolled at Bethany, and in the fall of 1901, Dr. Swensson sent me to Washington University and Manual Training School in St. Louis, Missouri, for 1 year to specialize in studies preparatory to head a department of manual arts and pre-engineering. I performed my part of the agreement, but due to the hard times that followed and lack of resources, the project was carried out only in a very minor degree. Dr. Swensson was a dreamer. He visualized the development of a great educational institution here in the Smoky Valley. Under his direction, I prepared a sketch map of the proposed land area. The present campus would be augmented by the addition of a large farm to the north. In addition to pre-engineering, there would be agricultural training. The farm would afford work for needy students, and the produce therefrom would help to fill the larder and the coffer of the college. And in addition, he stated, who knows but that a real fortune may sometimes be found beneath the surface.
This has been so interesting, Dr. Deere. I wish we could talk about this great man for an hour, but it can't be so. However, in conclusion, what would you like to add?
In summing up the significant contributions made by Dr. Swensson as churchman, educator, citizen, and as a leader in the social and cultural life in our country, he may be ranked as one of our most prominent men of Swedish-American descent. Dr. Swensson's magnetic personality and his powerful gift of speech had a stimulating effect for positive action in all who chanced to come under his influence. Without Dr. Swensson's presence in this area, there very likely would not have been a Bethany College, and Lindsborg would certainly not be the fine city it is today. Naturally, a man of his great activity and dynamic personality would, in addition to his host of friends, also have a few enemies. He abhorred sham, scheming, and false doctrine. He had a quick answer, whether it be humor, factual, irony, or sarcasm. He let the axe fall where it belonged. We always enjoyed his beaming face and the sparkle in his blue eyes. However, in case an antagonist became too severe and covered him with unjust criticism, he could reply with his stinging oratory, while from his steel-gray eyes one could vision forthcoming of a stream of fiery darts. Nevertheless, he did not harbor an enmity, but would extend a hand of friendly friendship, a quality that signified greatness of character and a positive fairness.
Thank you, Dr. Deere. We certainly have appreciated this interview, and it gives us a much keener insight to the life of Dr. Carl Swensson.